Hey guys, if you are seeing this now, you are watching the replay. I am just going to glitter a few cups today, and I actually owe you guys 2 lives because this week I slacked off and I didn't do any lives. I have to do 2 a week for a little friendly competition I'm in, so I'm going to actually do a couple of glitter tumblers today. First layer of glitter now, and then later on this evening I'll hop on again and do some water slides. So first layer of glitter today. Did you need something? Go ask your daddy.
Wait, no, but I can't ask Papa if I can finish your coffee.
Oh, you can finish my coffee.
Okay. Hi.
Vincent said hi. Okay, and I'm trying to do this with the iPad today so I can see your guys' comments better. I apologize if there's a little bit of a delay. The first tumbler we're going to do is going to be a rose gold and white glitter ombre, and I have the rose gold glam. This isn't rose gold glam. It's a new rose gold I just mixed today. I haven't named it yet. So that is the new rose gold, and then I'm going to do the cheating ombre. If you've seen it before, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, this is a custom mix of the 2 glitters that I'm going to use. So the Opulent Opalin Rose Gold is going to be the top and the bottom. And then I'll use this custom mix of the 2 glitters for the middle. It's an easy way to create an ombre without having to worry about getting the exact proportions or having a hard line in the center. So, and I think this is probably I think I'm going to do 2 of these with the easy ombre, and then we're going to do a couple of tumblers, just normal ombre. And you'll have to forgive me. For some reason today, I'm like way more nervous than I've ever been doing any of the lives that I've done, and I have no idea why. So bear with me, and I apologize for the nervousness. I do Mod Podge method for all of my tumblers. I don't seal my glitter in between coats. I dry brush. And at this point in the process, there is stuff that has happened already to the tumblers. So we've already taped the tumblers off. We've prepped them with sanding and then washing them with Blue Dawn dish soap. Then I take them outside and I spray paint them and I let them dry. These ones have dried overnight. I spray painted them yesterday because we're supposed to be getting a ton of rain tonight. Well, this evening. And so that's where we're at. They've been spray painted, dried overnight. Now I'm adding the Mod Podge. I do base coats on the majority of my tumblers because I have a tendency to like white glitters, lighter glitters, and iridescent glitters, all of which do better with a base coat. Most of my base coats are done in white. A lot of the glitters, the iridescent glitters, if you change the color of the base coat, it will influence the color that the glitter shows through. So something to keep in mind if you're just starting out and you don't have a ton of the polyester glitter yet. If you want to invest in some iridescence, you can get a few color options just by changing the color of the base coat that you use. So I've already put Mod Podge all over the cups, and I'm going through now and evening out the Mod Podge so that you don't have any of the ridges or the bumps. Those will show through. Now this is a first coat of glitter. On my first coats, I don't stress out if it's not 100% perfect because I do a second coat no matter what. So this is just to get some coverage on the cup. Then I'll come through with the second coat. Like when this dries, I'll dry brush it. And then I'll come through with the second coat of glitter, and I'll be a little bit more particular about ensuring everything is perfect for the final coat. Okay, so this is the rose gold that has not yet been named. So if you got any ideas to name this custom mix, feel free to let me know. My 11-year-old told me I have to pick glitter names with with both words starting with the same letter. So Limelight, Rose Gold Glam, and what is it? Luxury Lavender, Lovely Lilac, that kind of thing. So if you've got an idea for this color, feel free to let me know because I'm running out of ideas. I've already got a rose gold. I've got Rose Gold Glam. So So if you've got an idea for this rose gold, feel free to let me know. It's a little bit lighter than my other rose gold, so I'm trying to decide which I like better. The shakers, some of my shakers I get on Amazon, I can link it. They were out for a while, so I went to another company. It was a little bit more expensive for some of them. But I like the 9.5 ounce rectangular shakers, which is what all of mine are, regardless of the color of the lid that I use. So because we're doing a cheating ombre, I'm doing a solid coat at the bottom, solid coat at the top, and then I'll use that custom mix there in the middle to create the ombre effect. So this one is Opulent Opal. The glitters that I'm using today can be purchased at withlovefromvinyl.etsy.com. Okay.
Huh? For what? Don't put your shoes on. Get out of here. That whole shit, man.
It's my husband. Hi, honey, we're live. He loves the camera too. So this one is the custom mix. I take the same amount of glitter, so I use the little medicine cups to measure. So when I create this custom mix for the ombre section, I take 1 cup full of the top color, 1 cup full of the bottom color, so it's an even mix, and then I'll just sprinkle that over this section here that doesn't have any glitter showing, so that I don't have to worry about creating a true ombre. Okay, so that is it for this one. And you can see where that section is lighter, where the custom mix was used for the 2 colors of glitter. The tape is going to stay on until this layer dries. We'll dry brush it. We will put the second layer of glitter on, and then we'll take the tape off while that second layer is still wet. So the next cup we're going to do is this exact same color combination. So give me just a second to set this down. Let's not mix up my glitters, hopefully, because I don't have that one labeled. And if I get a little bit of glitter mixed in, then I'll just put that into my custom mix cup. So I don't have to worry about wasting that glitter. I can just add it to that cup that I mixed the 2 colors together. Okay. All right, same cup, same colors, same way. Start with brushing on the Mod Podge. I don't pay particular attention when I'm first getting it on as far as whether or not it's even or whether there's bumps. I just want it on there first. I usually start at the tops and bottoms, and then I'll pull it down and get full coverage throughout. Then once I have the full coverage, I'll start evening it out and getting rid of the ridges there. Sorry, I gotta move these. Whew. Now I know why I put off doing these lives all week long. This is like, you guys are nice. I get scared. So my apologies. And I get the joy of doing it again. I would so much rather videotape it and post it later as a video than recording them live. And there's not that much difference. I don't know why this makes my heart race so bad, but it does. Okay, so we're just pulling all of the ridges out to make sure it's nice and even. And if I get too much Mod Podge on, I just pull it back off into the cup. And then continue leveling it out. Okay, once you get a nice even coat, go back through. Again, we're doing the easy ombre, so we don't have to worry about tilting or getting that fade in. We're just gonna sprinkle glitters on as high up as we want the solid colors to go, and then move to the next color. Sorry, I had to get the extra glitter off of that plate so I didn't get some rose gold in with my white. I'm sure you can now imagine how glittery my floor is. We're just sprinkling straight down onto the cup. You'll see on the next cup, if you hang around, the next cups that I'm doing are going to be the true ombre, so you'll see how to get the ombre effect with the tilting. It's not difficult to do, it's just, I mean, if it's a cup you make a lot of those colors, it's just easier to do it this way. And this is one of those cups that I create a lot in this color combination, so if I can make it easy, why not? Okay. So the part that I just sprinkled was the color combination. It's the same amount of this color with the same amount of this color mixed together. And that's how you're getting that lighter fade there in the center. So that's it for this cup. We'll move on now to the true ombres, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. The next one we're gonna do is it's actually gonna be an ombre with the center color, one color, and then the top and the bottom the same color, which will make sense in a second. So we're done with those. So these ones, so 20-ounce modern curve, are the next ones we're doing. So this is going to be gold, this is going to be gold, the center is going to be white. And you start it the same way, where you're going to Mod Podge on, all the way around. My hands are a little fat for these cups. Once I get the coverage on there, then I will start evening it out, getting rid of all of the bumps and ridges. And if you got too much on, you can always just wipe your brush off. Okay, so we're going to do the bottom. We're going to start by dumping just a little bit flat onto the bottom. Now again, this is a first coat. I don't stress out over it being perfect on the first coat. I try not to stress out over any part of it, but the first coat is just, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. It's just getting a little bit of coverage on there. Okay, so once you have the coverage down as far as you want it to be solid, then you're going to tilt the cup up. Now I don't want a whole lot of ombre into this. I want the whole center of this cup to be white. So when I tilt up, it's just going to be, I'm going to be aiming for this section here so that it falls gently down to here to create the ombre effect. Do you see how that's just gently falling into the Mod Podge that hasn't been covered yet? And it's just gentle sprinkles because I don't want it to ombre, or I don't want that gold going too far down. I want a good chunk of the white showing. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit you guys. So once you are where you want to be with the gold, you're going to switch to the white. This white I don't have in the store yet. It is ordered. It's called Snowstorm, but like I said, I don't have it yet. I'm actually very excited to be getting it in, and I'm cheating because I try not to use the glitters until I have them, but I'm sorry. All right, so this one with the white, you're going to start sprinkling here. Now let me try to... All right, well, I just refocused. It's not showing blurry, but let me know if it keeps showing as blurry on your end. So we're going to aim for right around here where the gold is still solid, but it starts falling into the ombre section. That's where we're going to aim for, and we're going to tilt it up so that it falls down to where we're going to want it solid. Okay, then when you're ready to go to, this is where it's going to be completely solid, you're going to go flat and sprinkle it on. Now remember, we're going to transition back into that gold color. So we're going to end up tilting it again and aiming for about here where we're going to want, sorry, I can't see, my comments aren't, there we go. Okay, so we're going to aim for about here where it's still solid and let it fall a little into this section, but we don't want it completely covered. And that's how we're going to start the ombre back into the gold. Okay, so we're aiming for here and letting it fall. Now this does fall out kind of fast. And you want it to be sporadic. Like you want the Mod Podge showing through still. So you have some coverage through here. I don't know if you guys can see. So you have some coverage through here, but it's not completely covering the Mod Podge, and that's exactly what you want. That's how you're going to get the ombre effect when you add this next section of gold. And you're going to tilt it up just like that you did. Aim for where the white is still solid. Now you're covering up some of this part. Do you see here where you're covering up some of this section that is going to be all white? When you dry brush this after it's dried, that's going to come off. The only stuff that's going to stick is the stuff that's hitting Mod Podge. So it's normal to not look like an ombre when it is still wet and you haven't dry brushed it yet. Okay, so once you get full coverage all the way around, you're going to go flat again and finish sprinkling. Now when we dry brush, a lot of this section is going to come off, so it's not going to be so much of the gold will show through. This will still have a lot of the white, because remember the white came up to about here. So I don't stress on this one. When I dry brush it, I'll get an idea of how much I want to change, because in reality I want my white to come up even further. So if I have to on my next coat, I can adjust this as well with the second coat of glitter, if that makes sense. But I won't have a true idea of how far the gold comes down until after I've dry brushed off of this, all of this excess gold that's on top of the white. Okay, let me put this away. The next cup we're going to do the same, along the same lines, but we're going to use a different gold. This one is Golden Glam. The next one we're going to do is Champagne Shimmer. But I think we're going to use the same white. Oh good, I'm glad it's better now. Sometimes when I'm moving, the camera focuses on my arms or whatever's moving, so it does get out of focus, and I don't always catch it, so thank you. You know what, maybe we'll do Vintage Vibes. Vintage Vibes is currently one of my absolute favorite glitters, but I think I'll stick with the original plan. So this is another 20-ounce Modern Curve. We're going to do the same way, where we're going to have the two colors on the same two colors on the top and the bottom. Go into a white in the center. Okay, so once you get complete coverage, I don't have a preference for Mod Podge. I'm currently using matte Mod Podge because I've got this. Hold on, let me show you. I got that huge jug for like 30 bucks on Amazon. And that is the one I'm using because I'm cheap. And I don't see that big of a difference. I will use hard coat Mod Podge if I have it on hand and it's close. But as of right now, I'm just working through that. I can link the Mod Podge after if you're interested in that big old jug. It's lasted me so long and I don't have any issues with it at all. So right now we're getting out the ridges in the Mod Podge. And I have done the epoxy method too for doing the tumblers. Apparently it relaxes me to brush the Mod Podge on, and I do a lot of different crafts. So this is like my, when I'm not doing it live, this is my relaxing craft, the one that like just the whole process is calming to me. So I love the Mod Podge method just because it's calming. Yes, for chunky, I usually, if I'm gonna do any chunky, well, you know what, I'll do Mod Podge for like a finer chunky and then pat it on to make sure it lays flat and sticks. But if I'm doing like a true chunky, then I'll add it into or do it with the epoxy as well. All right, so this one we're gonna do Champagne Shimmer. Do it the same way where you're gonna, well, I guess we'll do flat first. I hope my arm's not in your way. I'm sorry. Coats of glitter is 2. Coats of epoxy is usually 3. Okay, so now we're tilting it down just to get the little bit of a sprinkle down. Switch to the white. Oh, the wind's blowing. It sounded like it was starting to rain. These thunderstorms that are supposed to be coming through here are not going to be pretty. That wind is blowing though. All right, so if you look, you can see where this white is over the Champagne Shimmer. Keep in mind that when we dry brush, a lot of that will come off. The only glitter that's gonna stick is the glitter that's on the Mod Podge. So my first layer, the ombre may not look like ombre, and I'm okay with that because the second layer is what's going to bring out that true ombre effect and have it to where it's easier to see. Once I brush everything off, I'll be able to see where my lines are ending and where my next color is beginning, and it gives me a better idea at that point of any adjustments I need to make. So if I need to, I can cheat ombre on this one too. Like if I decide that I don't want to sprinkle it, I want to be sure, and I want to do a mix of the 2 colors, I'm totally fine doing it that way. Okay, so I'm tilting up now and letting the white glitter sprinkle down into where the Champagne Shimmer is going to start. And I think I'm going to go, I keep hitting the light. So I want most of this cup to be white. So I'm bringing it down just a little bit more, shaking the excess off, and then switching back to the Champagne Shimmer. Does it cost me a lot? It depends on how you look at it. To start off with, yes, because you don't have anything to start off with. So it costs a lot to get started. I probably spend more. I usually dive feet first into head first. I don't know how that saying goes. And any project I decide to take on, I have the most patient husband in the world. So, okay, so that's it for this one. Remember, when we brush, we'll get a better idea of where everything falls. So that's it for the first coat on this one. I must have 2 more still to go if you want to stick around. My husband's kind of amazing to where he supports all of the different hobbies and crafts that I do, so I really don't have to answer as far as the amount of money that I spend. So I decided to start doing cups, and then I bought like lots and lots of money in glitter. I started off, with the regular Hobby Lobby glitter, and then I bought my first online glitter, and you see the difference in the sparkle, and then you're like, oh my god, I have to have all of the good glitter. And so I bought like all of the colors. Right? Amazing husbands. Everyone should have one. Or wives, whatever's your preference. And so we spend a lot of money to get started, but a lot of that is lack of self-control. You can do it on the cheap just to practice. I know people who use dollar store cups to practice with, and you know, the Recollections or the Hobby Lobby glitter, and it's not costing them nearly as much. And you know, Michaels just came out with a Spin It. It's called a Spin It. And so Michaels just came out with a turner that you can buy with a 50% off coupon at Michaels for like 25 bucks. I've heard mixed reviews on it. I haven't decided if I'm getting one yet. But the turner is usually the most expensive part of starting this. So if you're just looking to practice or you're looking to see how you like it, it can be done for cheap if that's what you're looking for. My turner I made myself, so that wasn't a huge deal as far as the cost goes. My biggest downfall is I want all of the glitters. All of the glitters. And that gets expensive. So if you have self-control, you can totally do it for cheap. If you're like me, you're going to end up with a lot of money in glitter really fast. And you will have spent a small fortune. And it takes some time before you get to a point where you can actually sell the cups. Your first few cups, at least, are going to be discouraging. They're just going to be... They're going to make you a little sad because there's going to be bumps and fisheyes and spots where the epoxy didn't stick. And there's going to be questions, and just go to YouTube. YouTube it all. You can answer every question on YouTube. You just got to be patient. I'm sorry. I'm just trying. I've got a lot of glitter on this next cup, so I'm trying to make sure I got all of my plates in order. I use my own glitter now. I actually started selling glitter, so all of the glitter I use can be purchased at withlovefromvinyl.etsy.com. So all of the glitters that I'm using are ones that are available to purchase through my website. Another good supplier that I started off with, if you're looking for inexpensive glitter, I started with Yaya's, and I don't have anything really bad to say. I just don't like the particle size. I think it's too fine for my taste. That's all. I prefer, and I do not like the extra fine glitter on a cup. So. But they are relatively inexpensive. They also, the last time I ordered from them, I think they had like a 5 business day turnaround, give or take. And I'm impatient, so if I order glitter, I want it like yesterday. Like if they could just deliver my glitter 5 minutes after I order it, that'd be totally fine with me. All right, so this cup is a 30-ounce skinny. You don't make glitter. Well, I don't make glitter. I buy wholesale from a glitter supplier that has minimum. They only sell to businesses, and they have minimums that you have to, like if you want to order glitter, you have to order a certain amount of glitter in order to place the order. So that is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. But because I already had the business set up and I already sell, I already have I have 3 Etsy shops, all pretty established, and I've got my standalone website. It wasn't a far-fetched idea for me to go ahead and jump in and just see how it goes. So that's what I've done. But the glitter that I do offer is made in the USA, polyester, high-quality glitter, and I haven't gotten one yet that I don't love. So glitter day is my favorite day. So we're putting on the glitter, evening out all of the ridges. And this one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 different colors. I'm sorry, www.withlovefromvinyl.etsy.com. If you go to my news feed, I have it linked. Whenever I share a glitter color, I try to remember to link it in that post. So yesterday I created a custom mix called Luxury Lavender. It's one of the ones I'm using today. I created a custom mix called Luxury Lavender, and I posted a video of it. So that link should be in that video of the glitter, because that one was so sparkly. I sat there for like 5 minutes just playing with the glitter. It was so pretty. And this is, again, first layer. It's not going to look like a gorgeous ombre. I'm okay with that. We don't stress out. This gives us an idea of any adjustments we want to make, if we want more of one color, less of another. Hey, Angel. And then once we get the ridges up, we will start sprinkling. And I'll let you know the colors that I'm using as I use them, but if you want to, if you have any questions, feel free. If I miss your question now, I can always come back on later and answer. Or on my second live that I get to do this evening, where we'll be doing some water slides. Okay, this one is Practical Purple. Again, kind of like Snowstorm. It's not on the website yet, but it will be shortly. So we're just sprinkling. The base layer is this really dark purple. You're going to lay it flat. You have to bear with me too, because these skinnies make me feel like I've got the world's largest hands. So I struggle getting them to turn. All right, so I don't want a whole heck of a lot of the dark purple, especially since we're doing so many different colors. So once you get some coverage on this bottom section, I already go ahead and tilt it, and I just want a little bit of a sprinkle down to start moving into the next color. This is me. That's me trying to turn my hand in these cups. Okay. So we're going to set that one aside, move to the next color. All of the other colors are available on the website now if you're interested in ordering. If not, totally fine. This one is Lovely Lilac. I'm going to start sprinkling where the solid purple ended, and I started the sprinkle down with that darker purple is where I'm going to aim for on the next layer and let it sprinkle down. It's filling in all of the crevices where the Mod Podge is showing on the ombre of the dark purple. And I'll try to remember when I do my next live, and if you, okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking in circles. So I filled in all of the ombre section here, so I'm going to go flat for just a second to make sure I didn't miss any spots. And then I'm going to sprinkle down again. And I'm doing that because I'm going to ombre into the next color. So we're sprinkling down to do the ombre into the next color. Now, I have mentioned it in a few other videos. If you're new to doing an ombre, do tone on tone. So if you do different shades of the same colors, it is so much easier to get the ombre effect than if you're doing two very different colors. So the Luxury Lavender is the next color. So where the Lovely Lilac started ombreing into, well, started fading, is where I'm going to aim for to create the ombre into this color. I don't remember what I was saying before that again, so I'm sorry. So we're just tilting down and letting it fall. Wherever the Mod Podge is where the glitter is going to stick. Anywhere that's already covered by the other color will not stick. It'll brush off on the next layer of glitter. I think I want to bring that one down just a little bit more. Because I love this color so much. Oh, if you guys could see, I wish this, I guess the sparkle shows through a little bit. But that is my current favorite purple right here. Oh my goodness, if you could see it in person, you would understand. So the next one is Playful Purple. It is already available. Oh, that's what I was saying. My brain, guys. When I hop on later to do the water slide live, I'll go try to start by brushing these off so that you can see the difference. Once you brush off all this extra glitter, you'll be able to see the difference in the ombre. So we're starting where the sprinkle down happened, or started on this one, into Playful Purple, which is another so stunning purple. And I don't want a whole lot of white on this cup, which is the next color. So I'm actually taking this down a little bit further, if my arm's not in your way. I need to switch my desk around so you guys are on the other side of me. Okay. So even with the excess glitter still on there, you can see how it's starting and fading into the lighter purples, how easy it is to get the ombre look when you're using the same shade of different shades of the same color. So if you are looking to get started, avoid stress, start with easier colors to do. Okay, so the last color I'm using is Limelight. It's a white glitter, but it has some, it's an interesting white because it takes on some of the colors of what you pair it with, which is why I chose to do this one. And we're gonna start here where the white, nope, where the playful purple stopped, and sprinkle that in to cover up any of the Mod Podge showing there, and then we will go flat, and that will be the end of this particular cup. And I love these colors so much, I'm actually doing the second cup the same colors. I'm trying to get ready for, I don't usually do vendor events. When I tell you I'm introverted, like I truly mean like I am painfully introverted. So I usually avoid anything in person. Like that's why I love my Etsy shops, my websites. So that's it for this one. And that's just a first layer. So when we dry brush this and we put in the second layer, it is going to make, oh, it's gonna be gorgeous. I'm so excited for this one. So I'm doing this one twice because I'm trying to have some cups available for the vendor event that I'm doing on the 27th that I am ridiculously nervous about. So, all right. This last cup is the last one that I'm doing on this particular live. So if you guys want to hang out and watch, feel free. If you've got other stuff you want to do, totally understand. Sundays are busy in my house. Purple's my favorite color. I was excited to do this cup. I ain't gonna lie. This was when I got the colors. Oh, I couldn't wait. The downside was there's been so much rain. Trying to get outside to do the base coat of white has been a little bit more challenging. When I do my second coat, I do the exact same colors the exact same way, but I might play with how much of each color I do. So say for example, I ended up with too much lighter glitter. If I ended up with too much lighter glitter on that cup than I wanted and I want a little bit more darker glitter, then I'll adjust the width of each section of glitter that I use, or each color that I use. And that's why I say I don't stress out too much about it because you can always adjust it on that next layer of glitter. So first layers are not something that I'm going to be losing sleep over. Okay, so it's the same cup, 30-ounce skinny. 30-ounce skinnies come with a straw. So they have the same, are they a closing lid? Now I'm drawing a blank. I think they're a closing lid. Hold on, I have mine over here. Okay, yeah. So a 30-ounce skinny comes with a closing lid, which you can't see because my straw's in it, and a straw. I drink almost all of my beverages cold, including my coffee. So 30-ounce skinnies are my favorite because I can fill the entire thing up with ice and then add a bottle of water. I'm only allowed to drink water in this cup. That's how I'm getting myself to drink more water. Some days it works. Other days my cup doesn't get used. But it'll hold all of the ice that I want, plus, oh, thank you. I'm a mom of 5 boys, so it had to be blue. It'll hold all the ice that I want plus the full bottle of water. So 30-ounce skinnies are my personal favorite for cold beverages. If you're a hot coffee drinker, unless you drink a whole heck of a lot of coffee at one time, 20 ounces are my favorite for that. I don't drink tea, so I can't have a preference on that one. My beverages of choice are generally water, coffee, or wine. So we're just getting the Mod Podge on, getting coverage on it so that we can move on to the glitter. slathering it on there. I don't pay any attention to it when I'm putting it on. I will smooth it out once I get full coverage. All right, so now we're smoothing it out to get the ridges out. Oh, here's a good question for you guys, because I'm struggling with this. I told you guys I don't do craft fairs very often because they stress me out. But the majority of the stuff that I make, cups and otherwise, I do a lot of, my main business is wedding stationery and laser etched gifts. So the majority of the stuff that I make is personalized with names, dates, that kind of thing. So doing this craft fair, personal opinion, if you're at a craft fair, would you prefer, if you're placing an order for a personalized item, would you prefer to do a deposit at the time of you're placing the order and then be invoiced when the order is ready to be shipped for the price difference, which I kind of feel like gives you a sense of security, like that you're not going to have, you know, you're not going to get screwed. I was trying to avoid using the word, but I'm sorry, screwed, and not get an item. Or would you prefer to just pay for the full item at once, or would that be like, would it make you a little bit leery paying for a custom item at the time you're placing the order at a vendor event? I'm just curious on what your guys' opinions are. I was talking to my husband because I'd like to offer the option of placing custom orders for my laser etched goods, but I'd be a little bit nervous paying for a full order and having like no sense of security that my, like, you know, there's no, Etsy will protect you if you're doing it through Etsy. Like if you're at a vendor event, you know, what's the protection? So I was thinking of offering it where you could pay a deposit and then get invoiced for it. Or, okay, so if we did the deposit, you'd be invoiced when it was done and pay for shipping at that time too. And then if you were to pay for it in full, let me make sure, yeah, I make sure I was using the right one. If you paid for it in full, you'd have free shipping and I would just ship it when it was done. Deposit. I feel like I'd be more comfortable with a deposit too, if it was me personally placing the order. So do you think I should offer even, let me go a little bit further on that one. Do you think I should even offer the option if they want to pay in full and have free shipping? Should I even offer that as an option or just do deposits across the board? Because otherwise I wouldn't even be able to offer my custom stuff, which is like, and you know, on my quote unquote real business side of things, that's like what I do the most of. So I would hate to not even be able to offer that. See, you guys are so helpful. Yeah, I feel like with a deposit, you know, the deposit would cover my costs if they don't pay for the rest of it. So I'm not getting, you know, totally screwed if they decide to back out at the last minute. And they're not having to have that whole, like, what if they don't send my stuff? All right. These last two purples that I just used, I'm not going to lie, are my, oh my goodness, they are my favorite. So the one is a custom mix. This one here is the luxury lavender that I just made yesterday, and I made it specifically for this cup. And then this one is playful purple. But those two colors, I don't know that you can even see the difference on camera, but those are my, whew, those are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Etsy. They do pay for the order. That was what my mom said. My mom's such a smart lady. They do pay for the order all at once, with the exception of wedding invitations, because that's a huge purchase. So I do their wedding invitations in 2 separate payments. But then I feel like Etsy sort of gives them a sort of a security that they can go through Etsy if something doesn't go according to plan. Now I haven't had that, I haven't had that problem, but Etsy gives them Etsy is kind of like PayPal. It gives them a sense of security. All right, guys. So this one was Colors of Glitter. Practical Purple is the darkest purple. It's not available yet. Watch for it. It'll probably be about a week, maybe a week and a half, depending on how quickly they ship it. All of the next colors are available already at withlovefromvinyl.etsy.com. This one is Lovely Lilac, then it goes into Luxury Lavender, then Playful Purple, and then Limelight. And if you can see, I told you I used Limelight because it sort of picks up the other colors that you pair it with. It's an iridescent glitter, so you definitely want that base underneath it. But I don't even know if you can see. By itself, it sort of has a little bit of a pink tone to it. It's a white glitter, but like a pink undertone. And next to this, it's even picking up some hues of purple. So, love those colors. That's it for this live, guys. I am gonna go rest for a second. I have a second live that I have to do today. So I'll hop back on. Most likely, I'm trying to for sure do... Morgan, give me just a second and I will answer your question. My second live, I was trying to do water slides. I'll make a decision at the last minute if I'm going to do the water slides. I just got glitter all in my hair and face. I'll make the decision at the last minute if we're going to do... We might do a second layer of glitter on these, maybe these and the water slides, depending on how quickly we move. We'll just see. I'll play that one by ear. But if you're hanging out later tonight, this evening, grab a glass of wine and come and play. We're going to be doing some glitter and water slides. On the website, if you go to withlovefromvinyl.etsy.com, Morgan, the glitter, you have the option of actually purchasing 1, 2, or 4 ounce increments. The 1 ounce increments are either $3.50 or $4.50. $3.50 if it's a standard glitter, $4.50 if it's a custom mix, and then the prices go up. I actually would have to look. Regular glitter, 2 ounces is $7. Non-custom mix. The custom mixes are just usually a little bit more. So it's 1 ounce is $3.50, 2 ounces is $7, 4 ounces are $13 in a sealed bag, or $15 if you want it in a shaker. So I think that covers it, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great Sunday. Oh, and a side note, if you are the praying type, my cousin's son is in and out of the hospital the last week or two with some airway issues. So if you could just send a prayer his way. He's over in Michigan, so I don't get to see him very much, but it would just be very kind if you are the praying type just to send one his way. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.